Hello everybody! Happy 2017. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and new year. I'm really excited to be filming today because I have a bunch of new releases on the shop and some new types of things that I have never done before that I'm just really excited to share with you guys. So in this new release, I have 2 monthly kits. I'm doing monthly kits now, guys, for February and March, as well as notes page kits that coordinate with those monthly kits. And then 4 newly reformatted weekly kits. 3 of these themes are brand new, 2 of them coordinate with these. And then 1 of them is a re-release. I'm re-releasing Hot Air Balloon because I've had so many requests to bring that kit back since it went away, I think at the end of August, early September, and this is reformatted and everything's kind of different. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start with the monthly and the notes kits, since that's kind of the new sparkly thing in the shop. I'm really happy with the way that these turned out. The monthly kits are 4 pages, the notes kits are 3 pages, and I'll just show you guys a mock spread before we get started. Here's the notes page layout I designed. This turned out exactly the way I wanted it to, because normally my notes pages, when I don't have any kind of kit on them, they look like this. I kind of have sections for my month, and I just like make lists and I scribble ideas. And so I just wanted this to be simple and clean and have kind of 4 quadrants that you can choose different areas of your life or different things you're working on to make notes for throughout the month. I didn't want it to be cluttered with a whole bunch of little stickers or anything like that, and you'll see that there are some smaller stickers included in the kit, but I just wanted to have a clean, big, open feel where you can really put your thoughts. Then looking at the February monthly spread planned out, this is what that looks like, and oh, I think it's so pretty, all the pinks and reds and different shades. And then looking at the March notes page, that's a quick glance at what that looks like planned out. I love this hummingbird theme. So starting with the February monthly, here is your first page. You have date numbers and some headers that can go in the sidebar, some little washi strips, as well as your big header here. Then on the second page, you have the header for the right side of the page, as well as a bunch of little icon stickers, some payday page flags, sick day, day off page flags. You get kind of like a half box if you just want a big box for something, and 4 happy birthday stickers. And then you have some little appointment and game stickers. Then on the next page, you have some larger page flags, some quarter box style stickers, and then you have some full box stickers, as well as sidebar checklists that you can stack together. And then on the last page, you have your bottom washi strip for that chunk of February down at the bottom where it turns into March. I do have little calendars on these. I have it on the first one as well. So if you want to look at the month behind and the month ahead, you can do that. I have some Bill Do stickers, a Groundhog Day and President's Day sticker, and a bunch of these just little kind of quarter box page flag type stickers that work perfectly with the, if I can get this page here, with the icons, so you can kind of mark a whole bunch of stuff during your month, and then some deco. The March monthly is a very similar setup. So here's the first page, exactly the same as February. Here is the second page. You have your icons, page flags, all the same stuff. The third page has your full box decorative stickers, as well as your sidebar stackable checklists. And then because March is a longer month, I didn't need as much washi to cover in February and April on either end, so I just filled that extra space with more of these little quarter boxes, because I always run out of this kind of stuff when I'm doing my monthly spreads. Moving on to the notes kits, I keep wanting to call this like the February notes and the March notes, but technically I don't have a month written on these, so you could use these anytime that you wanted. These are 3-page kits, and the sheets are a little bit skinnier, as you can see, than the monthly ones, so they're kind of long and skinny. On the first page, you have your notes header, as well as a bottom washi, so you can kind of border the top and bottom of your page with the same pattern. And here you have some headers, and how cute are these with the little flag ends to them? They turned out so cute. I have 4 flag checklists, 4 page flags, and a little bit of deco here. And then the next 2 pages are exactly the same except for patterns. So here are your 4 kind of quadrants of your notes page, and these headers fit perfectly right across these white spaces. Or if the headers don't say what you want them to, you can write in what you want that box to focus on. I really liked these headers because these are kind of the categories I tend to write about on my notes page, like I keep a list of projects or to-dos. I also really like the idea of the reflect header because I'd kind of like to just have a quadrant each month that I can use kind of like a journal, because I do use my planner a little bit as like a memory keeper. I like marking down events and kind of looking back through my planner to see, you know, special weeks in my life and things that happened. And I think it'd be really nice to have a little space each month that I could just write like a little journal entry or just thoughts from the month or highlights of the month, things like that. So I really like this reflect sticker for one of those. Same thing with the Hummingbird Notes Kit. You have the same first page and then 2 pages of large boxes. Moving on to the newly reformatted weekly kit, you guys gave me a bit of a challenge with this one because I asked you guys on Instagram if you would rather have date covers or deco, because I was kind of leaning toward scrapping the deco in my kits and doing date covers because I'm all about the date covers right now. And you guys left a ton of comments on the post and it was like, it was so 50-50. It was like date covers, deco, date covers, deco. Third option was, should I expand to 7 pages and then have plenty of room for both? And everyone was like, no, keep it at 6 pages. So I was like, okay, I need to find a way to do date covers and deco and keep it at 6 pages. And you know what? I think I did a pretty good job. So I'm excited to show you guys the new format. So starting with the Valentine's kit, I love the way this one came together. I love this Polaroid artwork right here. I think it's so beautiful. Here's the mock spread of this kit so you guys can get a better idea of how it looks planned out. Oh, it's so pretty. It makes me so excited for Valentine's Day. So the first page of my weekly kit is exactly the same, no changes there. The second page is roughly the same as well. I just kind of thickened the borders of these half boxes so you can see more of the pattern around them. The next page is the full box checklist, and I did kind of the same thing here as I thickened the borders around these checklists so that you could see more of the pattern. And also with that, I reduced the checklists from 6 boxes to 5 boxes. Then the next page is the little bits, date covers, habit tracker, some quarter boxes, and some half box checklists. The little bits have changed slightly. There are now 7 TVs. I have consistently received feedback from you guys that you would like more TVs in the little bits. So there's now 1 for every day of the week. For the date covers, in order to still have room for the deco, I don't have numbered dots to go with them because you always have to include 31 because you don't know what week somebody will be using it on. So it takes up quite a bit of space, and then you only end up using 7 of them, so they kind of get wasted. So you guys suggested on Instagram that I just include a place to write in the numbers. Then on the next page, you have more functional stickers, your weekend banner, and some deco. This deco is so pretty. I love these hearts. I tried to make them like sweethearts that have the messages on them. So we have text me, be mine, kiss me, sweet love, and you rock. And then the last page is your washi. And on this page, you have the 2 little page flags that go up in the top right corners of the page to cover up those ones. Next is the Hummingbird Kit that says she smelled of sun and daisies with a hint of river water. And you have a girl with flowers in her hair and hummingbirds and lots of pastels. Here's the mock spread of this kit. It's just so spring to me. All of the pastel colors and the birds and the little bunny decos. So you have your full boxes, your headers and half boxes. Nothing different here in the format. Your full box checklists, little bits, date covers, payday, half box checklists, all of those stickers are the same. Some more functional stickers, your weekend banner, and your deco. I love these little bunnies. They're so cute. And I also threw in a couple of Easter eggs in case you use this Easter week. But even if you don't use it Easter week or celebrate Easter, I think that these are just really cute. And then the last page is your washi. I can't get over this blue. It's like, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's just kind of a whimsical blue is how I would describe it. It's so beautiful. Next is the Succulent Kit, and this might be one of my favorite kits I've ever done. It's just kind of different, and I love the painted succulent artwork. I think it's so beautiful, and the little terrariums. And this quote, pull weeds and plant dreams. I love that. Here's the mock spread of this kit, and when I look at this, I am so happy. There's something about the combination of these colors with the wood. You guys know I love my wood elements. I love the little birds on top of pots singing. So you get your 8 full boxes. You get your headers and half boxes in coordinating colors. You have your 8 full box checklists. You get your little bits, your date covers, and all of that extra stuff. More functional stickers, your weekend banner, and your deco. And like I said, these little birds on these pots are so cute. And you have like a gardening boot. And then on the last page is your washi. I love the way this washi turned out. And last but not least, I have the newly reformatted hot air balloon kit. Like I said, this one was so requested to bring back. So I hope those of you who didn't get it the first time around have a chance to get it now. Here's the mock spread of this one. I will always love this kit so much. There's just a little bit of almost like nostalgia, even though it was only 5 months ago that I released it, but it's one of the first kits I ever designed, so it just has a very special place in my heart. You have your 8 decorative full boxes with Let's Go Somewhere right here as your feature box. You get your headers and your half boxes. You have your 8 full box checklists. You have your little bits date covers, all of that kind of stuff. You have your functional stickers, weekend banner, and your deco. I love these watercolor birds and the balloons. I think they're so pretty. And then last, you have your washi. That's it for the 4 new/newly reformatted weekly kits on the shop. Also a note about these, the price did go up $1 and it is reflective of the 6th page now being glossy. I know I made that change back when I did my holiday kits, but I wasn't really sure if I was going to keep it. And I also didn't really want to raise the price right around Christmas time because I know everyone else is spending their money on a ton of other things as well. Now that I've decided I'm going to keep the glossy 6th page, glossy paper is significantly more expensive than the matte paper I was using. So if you're wondering, that's why. So that's it for the new releases on the shop. It's fireflypapershop.com. If you guys want to check it out, I'll have it linked down below. I hope you guys love these releases as much as I do. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.